ducktail boot lid, Y-spoke wheels, yep, lots of carbon fibre and suede. Check. Too big and bulky to be a purist driver's thriller, but the old M4 CS was brilliant.
Most cars aren't slow. They're just misunderstood. People spend thousands on mods that look fast, sound fast, and do absolutely nothing for real speed. Louder exhausts, fake aero, stickers that promise horsepower. But real speed doesn't care how your car looks. It cares about physics, airflow, grip, weight, power delivery. When you modify the right components, a car doesn't just feel faster, it is faster, measurable on the stopwatch, and undeniable behind the wheel. Today, we're breaking down car modifications that actually increase speed, not internet myths, not cosmetic hype, but real upgrades that engineers, racers, and tuners rely on. If you've ever wondered why some cars pull harder, launch quicker, and disappear even with similar power, this is where the truth starts. ECU tune. Engine remap real speed begins in the software. Modern engines are controlled almost entirely by the ECU, and manufacturers leave significant performance unused for emissions, fuel quality, and longevity margins. A proper ECU tune unlocks the hidden potential by optimizing fuel delivery, ignition timing, throttle response, and boost pressure. On turbocharged cars, this can mean gains of 10 to 30% more power without touching a single mechanical part. The car accelerates harder, responds faster, and delivers torque earlier in the rev range. What makes this modification so powerful is efficiency. The engine isn't working harder, just smarter. Naturally aspirated cars see smaller gains, but throttle response and drivability still improve. This is the foundation MOD. Every performance upgrade after this works better because the engine finally understands how to use what it already has. High-performance tires after unlocking power, the next limitation is grip. Speed doesn't come from horsepower alone. It comes from how effectively that power reaches the road. High-performance tires transform acceleration, braking, and corner exit speed instantly. Many cars feel dramatically faster simply because the tires stop spinning and start working. Better rubber allows harder launches, shorter stopping distances, higher speeds through corners. This isn't a subtle change. It's one of the most noticeable upgrades you can make. Even stock cars gain real-world speed with proper tires. Power upgrades mean nothing if traction is lost, and this is where many builds fail. Performance tires don't add horsepower, but they unlock it. Once the car can finally put power down, you begin to feel what it was always capable of. Cold air intake, properly designed. Once traction is handled, airflow becomes critical. A well-designed cold air intake improves how efficiently an engine breathes by delivering cooler, denser air. This increases combustion efficiency and sharpens throttle response. On its own, power gains are modest, but when combined with an ECU tune, the benefits become real and measurable. The key is quality. Cheap intakes that pull hot air from the engine bay often reduce performance rather than improve it. A true cold air intake draws air from outside of the engine compartment and maintains smooth airflow. This modification prepares the engine for higher output by reducing restriction. It doesn't turn a slow car into a fast one overnight, but it supports every performance upgrade that follows, making the entire system more efficient. Exhaust flow improvements after air goes in, it must exit efficiently. Exhaust upgrades only increase speed when they reduce restriction. Headers, high-flow downpipes, and performance catalytic converters allow exhaust gases to escape faster, improving engine efficiency and power output. This is especially important for turbocharged engines, where exhaust flow directly affects turbo response and boost levels. Catback exhaust systems mostly change sound unless paired with other modifications. Real speed gains come from freeing up the exhaust closer to the engine. When combined with an ECU tune, proper exhaust flow unlocks horsepower that the engine was already capable of producing. Sound is optional. Flow is essential. This modification works best as part of a system, not as a standalone upgrade. Weight reduction speed isn't only about adding power. It's also about removing resistance. Reducing weight improves acceleration, braking, and handling at the same time. Every pound removed makes the car easier to move, easier to stop, and easier to control. Lightweight wheels, removing unnecessary interior components and replacing heavy parts with lighter alternatives all contribute to faster performance. Unlike engine modifications, weight reduction doesn't stress mechanical components. It improves efficiency across the board. A lighter car responds quicker, feels sharper, and carries speed more easily. This is one of the most honest performance upgrades available. The car doesn't just feel faster, it becomes faster everywhere, especially in real-world driving. Upgraded intercooler. Turbo cars, turbocharged engines generate heat, and heat destroys performance. As intake temperatures rise, the engine reduces power to protect itself. An upgraded intercooler solves this. by keeping intake air cooler and denser under sustained load. This doesn't always increase peak horsepower numbers, but it preserves power consistently. Instead of one fast pull followed by power loss, the car stays strong run after run. On spirited drives or track use, this makes a massive difference. Speed isn't just about peak numbers, it's about repeatable performance. A better intercooler ensures the engine can maintain full boost without pulling, timing or reducing output, making the car genuinely faster over time. Transmission tuning power is useless if it's delivered slowly. Modern transmissions are controlled by software, and factory programming often prioritizes comfort over speed. A transmission tune sharpens shift timing, improves gear selection logic, and raises torque limits. The result is quicker shifts and stronger acceleration. On automatic and dual-clutch transmissions, this can dramatically change how fast the car feels. Gear changes become immediate, power delivery becomes seamless, and acceleration improves without adding horsepower. This upgrade works hand-in-hand with engine tuning, allowing the drivetrain to fully exploit added power. Many drivers describe this as the modification that makes the car finally feel awake. Limited slip differential. Without proper power distribution, speed is wasted. A limited slip differential ensures power is sent to both wheels instead of spinning one uselessly. This dramatically improves launches, corner exits, and stability under hard acceleration, especially on front-wheel and rear-wheel drive cars. And LSD transforms how efficiently power reaches the ground. The result is faster real-world acceleration, not just better numbers on paper. This modification doesn't increase horsepower, but it makes existing power usable. Once traction is maximized, every other performance upgrade becomes more effective. It's one of the most underrated speed enhancements available. Proper suspension setup. Lowering a car doesn't make it faster, balance does. A properly tuned suspension keeps tires planted during acceleration, braking, and cornering. Performance springs, dampers, bushings, and correct alignment improve grip and stability at speed. This allows higher corner entry speeds and better acceleration out of turns. Instead of fighting the car, the driver works with it. A good suspension setup increases confidence, and confidence translates directly into speed. This upgrade doesn't chase extremes, it creates control. And control is what allows consistent, repeatable, fast driving. Brake upgrades. Speed through control. Brakes don't add horsepower, but they absolutely increase speed where it truly matters. Speed isn't only about how fast you accelerate in a straight line. It's about how late you can brake, how confidently you carry momentum, and how quickly you get back on the power. Better brakes allow later braking points, shorter stopping distances, and higher average speeds, especially during aggressive driving or track use. This directly lowers lap times. Stock brakes often fade under repeated stress, forcing drivers to slow down and brake earlier just to stay safe. Performance brakes are built to handle heat, maintaining consistent stopping power lap after lap. That consistency builds confidence, and confidence lets drivers push harder everywhere else on the road or track. When braking becomes predictable and reliable, every other performance upgrade becomes more effective. Strong brakes complete the performance system by turning power, grip, and control into usable, repeatable speed. Real speed isn't built with noise or looks. It's built with understanding. When you focus on airflow, traction, weight, and control, every upgrade starts working together, and the car becomes genuinely faster, not just louder. The difference between a fast car and a fast-looking car is knowledge. And now you have it. If this breakdown changed how you think about car mods, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's wasting money on cosmetic upgrades. And comment below which modification gave you the biggest performance gain on your car. More real-world performance breakdowns are coming next. Stay tuned.